Got something to say? Text 80295. Standard message rates apply.
Mornings with Kay Adams on BBC Radio Scotland.
Aye, she's getting her headphones on. She's all ready. Karen Mackenzie. Morning, Karen.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm very well indeed, waiting for my Easter egg. Have you, is it coming?
Do you know what?
Go on.
No. I didn't get any myself. Actually, I got one of those little lint bunny things, which I took up. I was away up north at the weekend, took it with me. I thought, keep an eye on that.
Were you hoarding it?
Sat in the fridge, took it back down. It's still not opened yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
You're the model of self-restraint.
Well, once it starts, that's it. Once I start opening it, Stephen will finish it, so I've got to watch.
Poor Stephen. Free Stephen, that's what I say. This is Karen Mackenzie, our judgmental friend. I was going to say helping us deal with life's minor irritations, but maybe living it is probably the expression that I am looking for more than that. And Karen, you'll be glad to know the lovely Dave Chawner's with us.
I know, with a clear windowsill.
Oh, hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Sorry.
Good
Hi, lovely
morning.
to see you.
How are you?
It's lovely to see you. Yeah, as you can see, I've tidied for you.
Yes, you have.
It's
No
been
Sports
very
Direct
clean.
mug there.
And look, the drawers are all shut.
Oh, yes.
Wardrobe door's still ajar.
Yeah.
No points for guessing what we did on Easter. You know what I mean?
Bit of a clear out. Yes, we've got a nice conundrum today. I like it. Did you get the joke that I read out? Were you there, Dave? You weren't there.
I loved it.
I thought it was good.
Jim Appel. No.
Yes, did you get it?
I got that one.
Wow.
That is my level. I can't do anything deeper than that. But I got that.
Because Karen famously does not get jokes. We had a conversation yesterday. It must have gone on for 20 minutes with me trying to explain a punchline.
And by that time, no point, is it?
The moment had gone. It had gone, absolutely.
It's embarrassing.
It gone and locked the door behind it. Right, well, I'm glad you got that one.
Yeah, I did.
That Schlermy got us off on a good note.
Schlermy's not
what
part of the joke, though, is it?
Oh, see, she spoiled it. She grasped defeat from the jaws of victory there. No, that's the guy's name.
Yeah, no, I thought so. It's just that when you repeated it...
Let's have the conundrum.
I did know that.
She's drowning.
I've just booked a spontaneous holiday in the south of Dance with the Girls. I'm so excited about the trip, but I'm not looking forward to the possibility of having to speak French. I'm absolutely hopeless at languages. I've tried Duolingo, I've tried evening classes, I've tried the Learn a Language in 3 months books, but all to no avail. Every time I try and use the little French I do have, I feel like a complete and utter idiot. Even when it's something simple like ordering food at a restaurant, I always feel really anxious that the anxiety then turns into embarrassment when the waiter senses I'm British and replies to me in English. I also feel terrible when I mispronounce some of the words. So, is it acceptable to just speak English when on holiday abroad?
Oh, sacre bleu.
I think you've got to try, haven't you?
Do you?
Oh, you have. You've got to make a bit of an effort. Otherwise, it's going to come across as us arrogant Brits that just... I mean, imagine if you were...
But if you can't speak the language...
No, but you can always...
point?
People have always got a little book with the kind of basics at the back saying, pint of beer, a glass of wine, good morning, thank you. Little things like that. I think it's when you go in and you don't even... And let's face it, you'll never see them again. So it doesn't matter whether you make a fool of yourself. You've just got to go with it. And I'm thinking, if you were working in this country, right, and somebody comes in, say you're working in the railway station, somebody comes in and just starts speaking German or whatever, you would like, hello? What country are we in? You would think, have you gone mad? Do you really...
Are you mad? Are you mad?
That wasn't quite... So, I think we've got to try. Otherwise...
Et tu fou?
Oui. So, I think...
You were in Germany recently, weren't you?
That didn't go well.
Go on then. Come on then. I'm German. I'm in the shop. I'm in the coffee shop. Let's go for it.
Deutsch. That's what I'd start with.
Well, that's your opening line.
Well, yeah. Yeah, and then I would say...
Well, what's the blooming point?
Well, it's making it clear that I actually don't speak German, so at least I was trying to say that.
Let's start again. You come into my shop. Guten Morgen.
Morgen.
Wie geht's?
Was ist das?
I mean, Dave, what's the point? What do you think?
I think this is a really good point, because I think different people have different brains. Some people are numbers brains people. Other people like remember things. If you're not good at languages, you're never going to be good at languages. And I take what Karen's saying about like it can come across as arrogant, but I think it's how you do it rather than what you do. And also the point here is they said like in a busy restaurant, those waiting staff are probably just trying to get through people. So they just want to do it as quickly as possible to get covers done. So if it's speaking in English, bam, bam, bam. Yeah, happy days.
You're at a tacky restaurant, I can tell right away.
Yes. Always.
You're the one with the plastic menus that are just there.
She's a crashing snob, isn't she, Dave?
I'm at the blackboard ones.
I don't see what is the problem. I want pictures of my food on the menu. I want to see what it's like. I don't see anything wrong with that.
He's pointing that pen at me.
Well, no, I do take your point there, Dave, because as you say, particularly if you're in kind of tourist hotspot, they're busy, they've got a job to do. And I mean, if you are German, Spanish, French, whatever, and you speak pretty good English, then it's not your job to be teaching some woman from Glasgow our verbs, is it? You know, you just want to, what do you want? Calamari and chips, lovely, thank you very much, wee glass of wine, here you go.
No, I'm sorry, I don't agree with you. I think you have still, you're in someone else's country, I think you still have to make an effort. And let's face it, it's
even if your opening line is, I don't speak your language.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't open with that. I don't.
But you did.
Well, I know I did, but that's when I'm going to ask a question. When I'm in a restaurant and looking at the menu, I'd probably just point. No, I would try and make an effort. I'd look at my wee book of phrases, right, and I would try. And yeah, they always come back in English. But you know what? It's a laugh, and you've got to try. I think you do have to try.
That's entirely the point. They come back in English. And we went to Italy a couple of weeks ago, and I tried to sort of speak Italian. I can't even remember it now, but I asked, a table for two, please. And he looked at me like I'd gone mad.
Yes.
And after a while, we got on with him, and he wanted to speak English because he wanted to improve his English. And in chatting, he was like, most customers speak to me in English. I need it for my job. You might need it for your holiday, but this is my career that I need to improve. So let's just do this in English. And I thought that was a really interesting way of saying it.
David, you're absolutely right. We're doing them a favour.
Yeah, there's not a bit of arrogance here at all. Going into a restaurant, just demanding whatever in English, and just
absolutely. But I think again, it's that politeness, it's that niceness about it, and also I've got a friend who's got a really nice way of doing it. They will start off in English because they are really anxious and they are really self-conscious about speaking a different language. But then when they get to know the waiter, they'll be like, look, I'm trying to learn, say, French. Can I try a little bit out on you? Is this okay? And that's actually even nicer because you feel like you've got to know them. You obviously leave a tip for their time, and it makes everyone feel a lot more comfortable rather than you going in and accidentally asking if you can wash the dog in French when you think you're actually ordering a table.
I do remember my brother-in-law, like donkeys years ago, they went down to the bakery every day, and as he left, he would say, aujourd'hui, instead of au revoir, like today or whatever it is. And people didn't even bother correcting him.
My mom in Greece, she couldn't understand that it was calamera for good morning, so she was walking around going to everyone, calamari, like that. They were like, she's mental.
But would you not make an effort, Dave, if you were, well, you did in Italy, did you?
I actually I wish that we took languages better. So I wish I could speak a language. And I'm not going to lie, if I'm there for any duration, I really get into it. So I really enjoy it. It's something that I find really helpful and fun and part of the holiday. But I think in specific, this person, if they feel anxious, if they feel self-conscious, if it's going to make them worry, then I don't think that there is something too bad about apologizing for the fact that you're speaking in English. And yeah, maybe trying it later on. But I'm quite lucky that I actually enjoy that. For me, that's part of the fun of the holiday.
Yeah, I think you're right. It is the way you do it, but you're making me laugh. And I'm sure lots of people will have these examples where they have tried to speak a foreign language and then they have later found out that they have been saying something completely ridiculous. I mean, I remember being with my mum in Italy, and we were in some hotel somewhere, and they had a little sort of kiosk at the end of the swimming pool, standard thing. And so she befriended the guy who tended to be there, and she kept saying, he's Freddie. Oh, Freddie said this and Freddie said that. Hi, Freddie. Morning, Freddie. Lots of Freddie going on. And I said, Mum, how do you know his name is Freddie? She says, it's on the wee kiosk, and it said Piatti Freddy, which is cold plates. And she thought his name was Freddie.
Did you tell her, or did you just let her?
We told her. We told her.
Mortifying. What a shame.
Oh,
what a shame.
My mum was very good for that. She used to say to me if I'd been away on a flight or wherever, she goes, oh, I'm so pleased you're back on terracotta. That was a whole different thing. That was Nellie Pledgeism.
Hilda Ogden.
Yes, indeed. No, not Hilda Ogden. You think of the other Hilda. Dave's too young for this one. Somebody's going to... Hilda Baker.
Oh, I thought...
I think you're thinking of Hilda Baker.
No,
Don't worry,
Connie.
our listeners will sort
Yes,
us out.
exactly.
Our listeners will sort us out. Hilda Ogden was Coronation Street.
I know.
All right, she did talk about the Muriel, right enough.
Yes, the Muriels.
She did talk about
The
the,
three
Muriels.
ducks.
Sorry, Dave.
I
We've
know.
gone back
This is
4
lovely.
decades.
I know. This is what happens when you're on with two.
Quattro
octogenarians.
decades, so
Yeah.
I do apologise. My dad just put an O on the end of everything. Like you go to Spain on holiday, just stuck an O on the end of everything.
Oh, I see it does.
Luco Hero.
My mum does that. It's the worst of all worlds, is that she will just speak in English but say it in, say, a French accent. So they're just completely confused because they're like, I've never heard this dialect ever before.
And say it slower and louder. More succinct.
Getting more annoyed. Why don't you understand me?
English, I'm doing you a favour. Oh, well, let's see what our lovely listeners, our jury, as I always say, think about this. Are you under some obligation to try and speak the local language, or if you get so kind of worked up about it, are you okay? Just apologise and say sorry. No sprachen Sie Deutsch. But do give us the occasions that you have been abroad and there you have been waxing lyrical, thinking you're doing a grand job, and actually you're a pure embarrassment, so you are. 80295 is the text number. Dave, au revoir, au revoir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Pet.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely,
I'll just say,
jubbly.
cheery.
Cheery.